Hello everybody, my name's Dune, and tonight I'm hosting another episode of Factorio Megabase. Right now I'm cooking dinner, so this is going to be a relatively short video, probably 45-50 minutes long. But in the meantime we can get some things done in that time frame. I'm starting to say, I had problems connecting to the Twitch server, that this base was originally a multiplayer base. I had fun starting this as a brand new game with a bunch of random people. It was a lot of fun, and for a while I continued to host it as a multiplayer map, but mostly I found that people really didn't want to join a game that was already in progress. They really wanted to start from fresh, felt like they were making a contribution. But the system that I'm using, the outpost pattern here, I got from one guy in England, MND1. Shout out to him or her. I don't know who they were, just another handle name, MND1. Unfortunately, the guy, well, just say guy, came online at like 5 a.m. my time. I'm thinking, oh man, I was trying to get off, and he logged in, but he had some really great ideas. My current, or at time, smelting pattern was kind of this style, or came in on belts and flowed out as plate. That's okay, but it's not high speed. Not nearly as high speed as this method. I mean, look at all these bots. 1,000 bots potentially carrying stuff. You know, four or whatever a bot can carry at a time, depending on your current research level. I think 4 is the max, and I've definitely maxed it out. And so, you know, I've taken this method. He originally showed me this for iron ore, and I've, you know, obviously done it for copper, but I've pretty much done it for everything. Anything from making speed modules, you know, green and red circuits to make out speed modules, to the low density structures for rockets. You know, 3 trains come in, unload, bots take it out to the sides to be made into the next product, and then put back on a train. The bots don't have to travel very far. It's really a win-win situation. I can't think of a faster setup than that. I mean, there probably is. Maybe, you know, you put the factories and then maybe one train on the outside, you know. That could work too. But if, you know, the product way over here need to be taken way over to the other side, you know, that might not be as efficient as putting all the trains in the middle. You can do the same with liquids. The blue chips require sulfuric acid. So, you know, you have the liquid coming through. It's not in any way impeded by the system. Do the same thing with plastic down here. We have petroleum flow into the plastic, and you can see the plastic's just cranking. I mean, this particular factory's made over 2 million pieces of plastic. I was noticing while I was on break that this outpost is getting a little weak. So I might, right now it's not terrible, like 77k times my bonus percentage. My bonus percentage is almost 800%, so really 77k times 9 is really how much coal's still here. You know, I'm fudging on that 9. It's really like 8 point something, but closer to 9 than it is to 8. So you know, 77, or just a 70 times 9 to make that fudge go away. So it's 63, and then add a 0, so 630,000 coal left. That's still quite a bit when a train can only hold 8K. But it's not flowing at a high rate of speed, even though it's got a huge amount. What this guy can do, so I can either enable another coal station. I do have this coal station. This is a named coal station, but I have unnamed, unnumbered. So this coal station is only enabled if there's 25% or more coal in it. And that's similar to all these other coal stations that I have around the board. So what we can do, oops, where's that down here? Let's tell this train, I'm not going to tell it right now, he's almost full. We can say, after, 30 seconds, go to something else. So we'll go to a random coal station and go inventory full, and then we'll set a wait time of 30 seconds. And I do that anytime a particular mine is emptying out. Start sending that train to somewhere else to fill up faster. Because a lot of ore patches are mixed in with coal. Like my big uranium spot right now has coal, and until a train comes over here and picks this up, this sort of stuck. But I have enough uranium here to really last me probably the rest of the game. But probably won't be. I mean, there's tons of uranium available. But until coal trains show up, they're part of that can't flow. Here's an instance of iron trains needing another stop. What's my latest iron train, iron outpost? Probably this one down here, actually. 74 has 3 trains coming here. I probably don't need to send another one. This one could probably take more. It's got 4. Notice I have, in this case, no belts, no chests. The ore's mined directly onto the train. That's an interesting technique that some exterminator, I don't know if you know about him, but he streams, Factorio. He mentioned doing it in his new megabase guide. I actually hadn't seen him do it, but it's relatively easy to set up. The trouble's going to be is, as you can see, this one's only got 3 miners, and as these miners empty out, there's no way to get ore from these other ones on here. What you'd have to do is either put a timer or put a value. Instead of full, you'd say when item ore reached a certain value, say 6K instead of, iron ore train can hold 8K. So say these were empty, you would have to just say any train showing up here 6K or better would be good. And I mean a train traveling partially empty. And then, of course, once it's emptied out, you go back to the old method. This is sort of an attempt. I really haven't, when a train comes in, it flips that bar around. So, it's an attempt to keep the trains from always hogging this left side. So now this one's green and this one's red. As soon as he were to pull out, we can just kind of fake him pull out for a moment. Then we'll have him reload in. This one's going to be green because the copper bar's there. Copper plate. And so next time a train comes in, it would flip to the other side. Unless another train shows up, and then it just goes around in circles, and it's sort of random between which one it stops at. But it'll be obviously the first train to pull out. It would be the other, well, actually, it would be the one that pulls out first would get the availability. So, what needs to be done? Kind of getting a number of trains showing up in my yarn depletion indicator. These have less than 2% ore left. The default is like less than 10, but so I'd have all these other sitting ready, and my screen would start to fill up with these. So I went down to 2%. Because as you can see, I have a ton, and this isn't even all of them. It's only showing those ones that are 88% or less. You know, any ones I've set up like yesterday, they're down here underneath this, and we can't see it. This can't be scrolled, but it works for what I need. So anyways, we can look at, say, copper ore 34. This is spot here. Pretty sure this train's got a second stop already, so we don't need to fix him at all. He's only got 3.6k, and that's what it's showing here, 3.6k of copper ore left. I like that it shows the full amount instead of just k. That's helpful. And we look at this copper ore 40. Open and close the map. Look, get us to it. This train also is going to copper ore 58 as its second location. So we don't need a new mine for him. This one here was last episode we noticed he was getting depleted, and we had two trains coming in here, and one was stuck on the main track. Since I never made a stacker for it. But does this train have a second outpost? And he does not. So we kind of need, or well, we do need a new mine for him. Kind of check this. I kind of split this copper from a couple different places. It's definitely probably going to mine these two as well. But it's the same situation. There's no stacker for this. You know, I thought I fixed that train to be copper horse S32S. Oh, I guess it comes up after unloading and then across. Okay. I think he was coming across here and then coming up and then coming over here to turn around and come back down. So we make sure he comes up and then over. Yeah, it'd be nice to send it there, but probably should just open up another copper mine. As we saw last episode, I sent, I think I have like 5 trains coming here now. 3. I guess my memory is a little shot there, but, or no, I didn't send it to here. Where did I send it? It doesn't matter. This one's already got a bunch of trains coming there too. So we definitely need to tap patches like this one. I was kind of thinking once this iron ran out, I'd probably tap that. Plus those little tiny ones at the same time. Probably even that too at some point. There's a 2K patch. What's this doing? See, this was poor planning on my part. This has rail signal here and rail signal here, and this guy can't get out. So that's what signal was that? I could run there, or is it way over here? 70. My train's here, so. Oh, I'm not way over there. I'm focused on that spot. Yeah, right here. I can just run there. I was debating putting in more rail signals there, but it's not needed. And it's worth stopping by and clearing up signals. Yeah, it might take power out. Nope, it doesn't. I mean, miners, because they do consume power, even if they're not working. Power is really no longer going to be a concern. Oh, except for showing 16 gigawatts being consumed right now. Mostly it's these charging up, and these are actually accumulators as well charging. So both of these should be chain signals, or this should be a chain signal, one of the situation. But really having two of these coming to a 1.9 is really not that great. How to just grab this down here or something. That would probably make a little more sense. So let's do that. Let's get the right hand horizontal spur. Place it down. Good. I didn't cover that iron. So I'll probably grab it. Kind of close to the patch. We can make do though. Put a station in. Probably should handcraft a few more. We need power, I think. No power poles nearby, right? Yep. Okay, and then we'll do right to left load. Make sure there's no sticks or rocks on that. Right. The mining pattern. We only want 3, so if I put that there, that one there, that works. Okay. I'll check that this is. You know, man, belts are really not UPS unfriendly anymore. Like undergrounds don't make any more health than belts do anymore. Yes, bots are supposedly still better, but I don't find bots mining really all that helpful. All it does is the difference between bots and belts is the belts will pull from the back side first and the bots will pull from the front side first. I don't see how putting bots in the system really improves things. I'd love to see what you have in mind though. Oh, okay. What did you have in mind? Let's get power to this so it starts working. There we go. And let's add that to yarn. For mining, once you have the very high mining product, bots are the only thing that keeps your patches working all the time. That just makes it so it fills up a chest. But once the chest is full, they stop working. Well, that's true. I mean, my UPS is right now 26. You know, you can't see it because of the top bar on the stream feed, but I agree. So you're right. It's not working at full speed, but the bots wouldn't work any faster. The UPS is game speed, and so the bots would be flying at half speed too. How will bots improve that? Let's name this. South 3, 3 south. Use something like a 40% slower impact on UPS for the same item throughput. Well, we can easily set up the next train or next station like that. Give it an easy apple to apples comparison. That was measured yesterday. I'd like to know how those measurements are being done. Not that I don't believe you, I just would like to, you know, conduct tests like that myself. I mean, I only have like, you know, eyeball. Whoops, probably need a radar down there. So let's change this guy. 77. Oops, set it back to automatic. Something there would be ideal, I guess. Because, you know, for this station here, I tried several different methods. This one seemed the best throughput. I tried belts, it couldn't keep up with 4 trains. I tried bots, also couldn't keep up with 4 trains. But direct load keeps up with 4 trains, no problem. Unfortunately, my patches aren't that big, so I can't really do this all, 2 trains to 1 patch. Now I imagine this is the best UPS situation. Unfortunately, these miners can't work when there's no train there. All right, so we were looking at, what was the last one we were looking at? We were looking at putting in another copper batch when I noticed this delay, because I have a copper train or trains. I think this guy here needs another place to mine. So any of these are good. I really don't want to remake this intersection for this. We definitely have plenty of spaces to go to, though. So let's go get some bots, and we'll set up a bot base, bot outpost. I was, when this game was more multiplayer, there was definitely a number of people that like to put in bot stations. And so I was doing it for a while. And before they put in priority splitters, it was definitely the way to separate 2 patches, was to use a bot, because the bots would only pick up the order that they were told to. But once they put in those priority splitters, I've actually stopped using them for mining. But I don't have a problem switching over to it, but it'll take a while. If it'll help UPS, I'll do anything. I'm not, sold on belts. I mean, I like them. I like the idea of them, but I don't have to do them. So let's go back to our main base. And pick up some logistic bots. So I'm cooking some food. Let me check my timer. 13 minutes, 14 minutes, just under 14 minutes till my timer goes off. Then I'll have to step away to pull the food out of the oven, and then probably have 5 or 10 minutes while it cools down to a temperature I can actually eat it. So how many bots do you like to take and put at an outpost? I was told 25 was good. I mean, I really don't have a problem with the number of bots I have. Otherwise, I'll just go with 50. I mean, I know you can have more, and more is faster loading to a point. Why not just go with 100? Doesn't hurt. I got enough provider chests to fill out a in requester chest, so we can do that. And then Let's go right here. S13W. I'm guessing it. I mean, the reason you haven't replied to my question is you're looking it up. I'd certainly like to read whatever was reported. That would be awesome. Close to 9,600 satellites done. One's about to take off. Watch that tick over to 9,600. Here we go. Oops. Let's upgrade planner. So we want a horizontal left, a post split. Down to something like so. Clear some trees. Guess I didn't need to put as much space because we are doing bots. Let's put that a little closer. I'd probably put that almost all the way up to the patch. Just leave a little room for roboports. It's not ideal, I suppose. Maybe a little further away. Get more of the chess closer. So we'll do a little bit more of those. Set these to copper. Actually, let's see, 2,000 divided by 6 is 333.3. Let's just do enough to fill up a car, 335. Get some power down here. Some power stations. assume, admin, this is the kind of setup you had in mind. It started to work. How did it stop power? Oh, these guys. Only these guys had power. Okay, roboports. Seems like I only really need them on one side. And as they mine out the system, patch. Gosh, really don't need this many. You need them for charging. Oops, it's blocking my walking. So another one of these over here. And drop the bots in. So should I let the chest fill full, or? To anyone who's listening, Innemans hasn't chatted for over 10 minutes, so I just keep asking questions, but I haven't heard back yet. So this is going to be copper 65. South 1, 3 west. Alright, so this one, X-Free, comes out the wrong way for that. So we're going to have to modify him before he comes down there. Steer him. Greater chance of blowing up, but so add out for him. Oh, that works perfectly, honestly. Alright, and then set him to the new station. What number we gave it? 65. Inventory full. Then add a weight condition to the previous. There we go. That was station 53. Can't look at a station's or a 3-arm. You can't look while you're in a vehicle because it actually teleports your teleports you somehow without your character or something like that. Like God mode or something like that. Let's check the timer. 2 minutes. I'll pause the game. AFK a second. Alright, I'll rotate it. I'm sorry, I rotated it in the oven. Give it a few more minutes. So let's check out these other patches here. Oh yeah, so we definitely wanted something for this iron patch. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take a little patch and feed it in, kind of like I did for this over here, but we don't have that option here. So we have some iron options here. Could feed it off of this. It's a thought, but it's not needed. Though this also would need another exit to the south. So what is that, 58? Where's my train at? Anyways, I'm way up here. And these would really only add one train. So let's do that quickly. I guess I'm going to have to go back and get some more robots. I'm going to leave that temporary station in there. Not really hurting for iron ore in the south though, but it does help get those things straightened out. Our copper is still cranking away now up to 361%, or not percent, thousand average, 360,000 times 6. My math isn't amazing, but that's what, over 2 million copper plates sitting down here. I actually won the bots versus belt debate. Same item throughput. I would choose to go belts, but if it's going to impact UPS that much, of course I'll go bots. I just find belts more interesting. Bots are just, you place it down and they just get carried back and forth. I think that's relatively boring. One of the other additional things, let's check out power is doing. Yeah, see, powers does great. I'm not quite sure why even my accumulators got tapped a little bit ago. I mean, look at how much spare room I have. My advanced or elite solar panels from the advanced solar mod just really are cranking. And I'm sure I have a bunch more ready to go. Yeah, full train car load. So if we really need more power, that's available. Listening into Exterminator, he was saying solar panels, UPS is so much more efficient than nuclear because every solar panel is considered basically to the game to be one item. So if you have 5 of them, it's considered one item that's 5 times as powerful to because basically I'll say in the game code there's only really one solar panel item, and every time you put one down, it's just making that one solar panel item that much more powerful. That's a neat trick. So unlike, say, nuclear power, you've got all these things doing steam and liquids and all these things fluctuating, all these tubes and stuff fluctuating. Every one of those has got to be computed. So in some ways that's got to be consuming a lot of computing power. Though I imagine when you're scrolled out like this, hopefully the game designer said, well, let's not worry about that. But at some level they have to be. They have to know that water's coming from this huge distance into this plant, and is there enough getting to each one of these boilers, and then the steam coming out and getting to each one of these turbines. So that's got to be being computed on some level. Now of course when you're scrolled out, the steam's not being used, but I find smoke and steam to be relatively low impact, but at the same time it's something to think about. There is an option in the settings to remove smoke and steam, and these patches of dark and light, they're actually clouds. If you notice, this is actually creeping across the ground. Those are actually cloud textures being drawn on the ground. You can't actually see the clouds because they're above your camera to some extent, per se. But I like that little extra little, gives a little bit more realistic view, but you can turn it off if that, your game's really crawling. So let's travel down to that waypoint. Oh, really? Because I had heard Exterminator Inman. Let me repeat what he said. Smoke isn't too bad now, but fluids are still not great. Next patch is a great fluid mechanics update. Exterminator sort of hinted at one of the developers saying in Reddit or something like that they were looking into it. So that's really great to hear about that. I haven't seen anything on their forums. But yes, definitely looking forward. I really hate the fluid mechanics. I absolutely hate it. I'll show you an example of that in a minute. It's down here for my plastic outpost. Getting enough petroleum is really difficult. I am actually using all these barrels in addition to pipes to get enough petroleum in there. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I do find that. I've actually had a couple of my bug reports fixed that I reported it was a bug and they fixed it. I love it. Uh, it's fun. I like game developers. In fact, I was a computer, well, I'm still probably technically a computer engineer. I just don't do computer engineering anymore. I'm going to have to AFK a second, pull my food out of the oven. All right, I'm back. I'll let that cool down for 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna call the episode. Let's head back down there, and I'll set up another bot outpost. So way down here, we're gonna grab those two. Though, actually, I do need to stop here, honestly. 58. To change the output direction of that outpost. So what do you think of the space, Cinnamon? I mean, I know you haven't had a walkthrough and you've just barely been looking at it. This is definitely my biggest base. I had one where I was going for a while. That was completely solar driven. I mean, even though I had uranium enabled, the map generator never actually gave me any. It was pretty crazy. Let's these trees. That wasn't the entire reason I started over it, but it's definitely contributed to it. Suppose I could have picked up all those miners. I meant to, but I forgot. Let's see. You know what? I think I might do that. Let's that there, that there, that there. Hey, I should go straight when I don't tell you which way to go. Suppose another benefit about a bot setup is I don't have to clear all these trees. Grab powder from there. And set these up. Technically, I don't need to do that either. No. Don't want those two networks connected. Can I get power there? Yes, but this is one chest. We can move you. Something like so. That. Put those to work. let's just do this train. Call it 78. Turn full. Tell this train go unload. So this one gets in a slot, we'll delete its station. Alright, I'm gonna get my train out of the way so I can get in here. So what station is that? 58. Still want to go clear all those miners. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to take a break, get some food. Probably actually come back and play some Assassin's Creed Origins. I'll be streaming that. Feel free to check it out. We shall talk to you later.